HookerTalk.com. This is the video you guys wait for each and every week. It's the video best bets, and we've got two of them this week. Preston and I will both give us a video. Video best bet, but you're going to have to wait a while to cash a ticket on the one Preston's going to give you because it's week one of college football, and you're taking a look at Clemson at Auburn. What are you looking at?
Yeah, I know best bets usually people like getting their money in now to sweat something. I looked at the next 2 days for the baseball card. I didn't like anything, so passing there for you guys. And I'm doing a bunch of college football work and prep anyways. So week one, this is one that's still widely available at 7.5 or 8. And I should say in preface this, most, even locals and stuff, if you're using that to bet, like everywhere has week ones out basically now. So you should have an out for it, a couple different outs. But I like Auburn at home, getting over a touchdown. And I think the worst number is plus 7.5, but there's some 8s as well. And so I bet that personally. I think it's, I've mentioned on a few other videos when we were doing the season win totals and games of the year, Auburn's a team I'm kind of buying on. I bet they're over 6.5 and 7 season wins. I played them in a game, I think it was plus 12 against Ole Miss is a game of the year line I hit. But in general, teams that I've talked about before on shows that kind of fail to meet expectations, the next year they kind of get forgotten about, and I think they're undervalued. They're going to be more like they were, I think, 3 or 4 years ago, more so than last year. And from a power rating perspective, I think this number is going to be more. It should be more like 3.5 or 4, and it's 8. So I think there's plenty of value there in that regard. And it's week one, and you're opening a new season at home. And Clemson's coming off the loss in the national championship, and I know they're kind of going to come back with a vengeance, and they still have their great quarterback coming back as well. Sean Watson, I should say his name, but they only bring back about 5 on each side of the ball, and there might be a lot of little wrinkles and quirks they need to sort out. And it's week one, so it's a tough matchup right away. I think it's going to be closer than people think, and a spot that if Auburn won the game outright, I definitely wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and on the flip side to what you said with Auburn being underachieving last year, Clemson,
right, as high as possible.
Yeah. So definitely, it's a great fundamental spot, situational spot, and I tend to agree with you on this one. I'm going to go. They'll get some instant gratification. Hopefully, it'll be gratification tomorrow. We're going to look at the Boston Red Sox. Now, this line's going to be a little bit over 200. It's going to probably be about 220 tomorrow. So we're not going to lay the 220 here, but we are going to lay the run line. And I'm going to go ahead and lay minus 1.5 with them. This is just an absolute pitching mismatch right now for tomorrow. You've got James Shields on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. And I just, when I saw the trade go through, I'm like, who okayed this? Who wanted to get James Shields? Did they not watch him pitch at all this year? And not only has he pitched poorly in the National League, and he was going from a ballpark where it's
the best possible situation.
Yeah, he's going to the American League, which National League pitchers to the American League is always going to be a problem. And then you go from a hitter's, a pitcher's ballpark
to a hitter's park.
To go to all these, massive American League and face a full lineup. He's getting drilled. Since he's joined, and you can see the continuation. This is not just, the last 3 games, which the 3 games that he's been with the White Sox have been, he's lasted a grand total of 8 2/3 in 3 starts. He's given up 24 hits, 22 runs, 5 home runs, 9 walks, and 5 Ks.
Jeez.
That is...
It's actually worse than I thought. I know his last outing only lasted like an inning and a half or something.
It's been ridiculous. And then you go back the last 7, his ERA is 10.16, a whip of 2.23. Go back 15 games, 6.28 ERA and a whip of 1.70. I mean, he has had a season, to remember the wrong way. And I look at this Boston lineup, and although they've been shut down the first 2 games of this series, they faced a lot better pitchers than they're facing here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Boston, and I'm going to go ahead and lay the 1.5 with them. And I'll explain a little bit more in the next videos when we do our question and answers, because we did actually have a question about run line games. Yeah. So it's a great segue to that one. And by the way, Rick Porcello's on the mound for Boston tomorrow. At home this year, he's 6-0 with an ERA of 3.03 and a whip of 0.98. You got a whip in Fenway of 0.98, you're getting the job done. So we're going to go ahead and take Boston and lay the 1.5. Hey guys, this weekend you want to save $10 at Wager Talk? In celebration of the Cleveland Cavaliers winning the championship, and we don't have our buddy Brian Leonard here. He's probably, I don't know, he's probably still drunk from Sunday with the celebration there. We're going to use a coupon code CAVS in the number 10. That's the word CAVS, all caps, in the number 10. You'll get $10 off when you enter that coupon code at checkout. You could use that on the weekend all access and save yourself $10 and pick it up for just $59. Check it out at wagertalk.com. We'll be back with more